What is up, Fireflower Gals and Tanuki Flying Guys? This is the Nintendo Fever Podcast, the podcast that will cool that fever that you have for all things Nintendo. We are a weekly show on YouTube every Friday, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm working really hard on creating something that I can say the same every single time so I don't trip over my own words, but I'm sure that's going to happen. My name is Matt. I'm your humble host. So happy to finally be back doing this. This is going to be a weekly podcast. Joined with me is my wonderful, amazing co-host that I'm so excited to be talking to you again. Holly, how are you doing this week?
Doing okay, other than the smoke in my area, but, wildfire season.
Yes.
Other than that, just dandy.
Awesome. And then we are joined by our very special guest, somebody who I've known for quite a few years on Twitter now. It's kind of crazy how internet years just seem to, build up and you don't even realize it. It's kind of like credits in Fortnite, I guess. Maybe that would be a good, comparison. I don't know. Maybe not. What is up, Johniibo? What do you want to go by, John?
You can call me Johniibo. It doesn't matter.
Okay. So you
king of all Nintendo, whatever you want to call me.
I think I'm okay with that. King of all Nintendo. That rolls right off of the tongue, obviously.
Oh yeah. What's up? I'm doing good though. I'm excited to be here. I listened to you guys before, you took the break, and it's exciting just to be part of it now.
Welcome is spelled wrong. Aaron noticed that I spelt my welcome. I did spell welcome wrong. Oh my goodness. That's something you'll get to know about me. I'm terrible at speaking. I'm terrible at spelling, and I make it through life, sort of, a little bit.
We just go with it.
Yeah, we just go with it, basically. What is up, Blind Hostility? Thank you, Aaron, for pointing that out. Our hero, 1993, thank you so much for stopping by. Alexis, nice to see you as well. Destroyer 190, please don't destroy us, and the Muffin Gamer as well. If there's somebody that I missed, I apologize. Oh, it looks like Holly is here as well. Hi, Holly. How you doing in the chat? And
hi.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for showing up. Obviously, this is a live version of the Nintendo Fever podcast that we did for about 2 years back in the day. Then we came back and we did basically 2 shows over the course of 4 months. And now we are going to do everything we can into creating a weekly show every Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. What time is that for you, John?
That is 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
10 o'clock, yeah. So, anywhere between that time period.
It's the late show.
It is the late show. We want to talk about games. We want to hang out. We want to play.
It's Friday night.
Right? That's what we thought
it's
too.
Splatfest night. I mean, we gotta play.
That's true.
Oh, I don't know why.
At midnight your time.
We need to see, and that's something that me and Holly were talking about. We want to play games with you guys during the night show because that's what we love to do is play games. Obviously, we have a very big plate though set before us. Obviously, we're going to talk to Johnny and talk to him about what he's been up to and what he does both on Twitter and on YouTube. We're going to be talking about our recent swag, what games we've been playing, and then we have a big meaty portion of the show talking about the Direct, the online stuff, and then just all sorts of random things. Plus, we want to hear questions from you guys. If you guys have questions, please, all you got to do is put a question mark at the very beginning of it. That way I can see it and know that you're asking a question, and I can ask myself, Holly, or John about it. So before we get too far into the show, I want to ask you, John, if you could kind of give us the elevator pitch on what it is that you do on YouTube.
So, my name is Johniibo. If you don't know who I am, you can look me up on YouTube. Just type in the Johniibo. I'll pop up. I mostly stream games. I play a lot of multiplayer games with you guys, like Splatoon. Play Fortnite a lot. I play Mario Kart. Just a whole bunch of multiplayer games just to play with everybody in the community. I have a blast doing it, and I see a bunch of you guys came over, and I appreciate all the support. It's been a great time. I grew like this time last year, or maybe beginning of the summer last year, I had 200 subscribers, and I'm at 3,200 now. So
that has
been growing.
I remember when you first started doing your YouTube stuff, and I want to say I subbed to you within the first, I don't know, 100 or something like that, just when I noticed that you had started doing your channel and stuff like that. And to see where you've grown to is just absolutely, it's so cool. I love to see on your stream, always a really active place, lots of people going off and talking. What's your favorite game to play on stream with people?
Oh no. Put me on the spot, but Splatoon's a great time, and I've been playing a whole lot of Fortnite, and that's really fun. Been losing a lot, but we have a blast.
Yeah, Holly, did you ever start playing Fortnite a little bit? Did you ever pick it up and try it out?
Not a whole lot. I did play with my siblings one night though. 2 of my 8 siblings I played with, and we just took turns.
Mhm.
We each got 2 or 3 turns, I think, that night. And my sister actually got, and it's like the first time she's ever played it. She got 3rd place in one of her battle royale
Nice.
things or whatnot. Yeah, she hid most of the time behind this.
That's what you
hot
got to
pink
do. That's
van.
My strategy, people get on my case about it. I want to hide the whole time until the end and then try to kill the last guy.
Yeah, that sounds like good logical game playing mechanics right there. That's how things work, right?
It might be boring, but a win's a win.
A win is a win, and that's all that really matters. Now
Go and find that golf cart and put a target on your back. I mean, why not?
So I'm assuming both of you guys have obviously bought the online service pack. John, I know you play enough online games, you probably had to. What about you, Hall? And then you were playing the NES games. Holly, did you land up picking up the online pack, the online service?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I've played it a couple of times now with friends.
Oh my goodness, that's something
varying results.
We're going to be talking about a lot coming up here in a little while. But before we get too heavy into that, I want to ask the chat if you guys have purchased the online service. Are you guys going to buy it for a year at $20? It surprised me. I saw somebody only buy a 3-month pack of it, and I was like, why wouldn't you just buy the year? It seems like now Nintendo's done something pretty crazy in my opinion, because they've made me scared about my saves. Like, I have to buy a year every single time because I'm way too terrified that there's a chance that if I forget to buy it again, that I'm gonna lose all my save data. That's terrifying. They've scared me into a corner and forced me to give them my wallet. Basically, that's what it feels like.
I was when it came out on Tuesday, or I forget what day it was.
Yeah,
they had the free trial, like you said, the 7-day free trial. Then it was gonna automatically sign me up for a month after that. So I'm like, that's terrible. I don't want to do that. So I just ended up paying the $20 up front. Yeah. I didn't even wait the 7 days. Like, I don't really care.
Yeah, I was.
Same here, actually. Yeah, I was thinking to myself, like, oh, I could get a 7-day trial followed by a month, followed by I'd probably just renew for a year after that. Like, it'd be a little bit convoluted, I guess.
Exactly. All right, so a lot of people are chiming in. Good question, of course. Sure did. I bought the family plan. I did purchase the online membership. Heck yes, I bought the year. The year for $20. That's actually a great deal considering the price for other systems. I'm just playing Dark Souls. Do you guys have a Discord? We do not have a Discord. Well, we don't have a Discord. That's the truth. Is we don't.
Not yet.
Johniibo
I'm gonna start working on that this upcoming week.
I still don't fully understand Discord. I feel like the old man whenever somebody starts bringing up Discord. It's just like a weird system of like chatting, and like it's not a social network, but it is a social network. It's weird. It's
I feel like it's like a chat room, like a modern chat room, and you have voice chat. You can
it's like
just make various different channels and stuff. I find it's a really good way to keep in touch with everybody in your community. So I think you guys should do it.
I would love to, and it's something that I think we've always wanted to do. It's something that we're gonna get into working on. We have a lot of plans with Nintendo Fever. We don't want to do we don't want to disappear again. Let me put it that way. We're in this for the long run. We love doing this show. It's been far too long since we did it consistently, and that's what we want to really do and stuff. Johniibo, what is your how do you see? That's the other thing is I don't even understand. Like, do you have to share a link to be able to get into it, or can you say like a search word and people can find it that way?
No, it's like a link that you go to. But if you create a link and say it's always available, then whenever you share that link, people could just join in.
Okay.
Like if you go to Twitter. Yeah, if you share it on Twitter, you can share it anywhere, and it's just they'll just go to your server. Like if you go to a description in one of my videos, there will be a link to the Discord server, and that's always available.
Let's see. So we just had another couple questions. How big of a ripoff of Nintendo is the tiny $100? Wow, this is a great question, actually, and I want to hear everybody's thoughts about it because me and Johnny were talking about it on Twitter a little bit with another friend of mine named Ben, and obviously we understand that this is something that was going to happen, right? That's the first question I have for you guys, either in the chat or you two. Are you guys surprised that we see a $100 PS1 mini classic? Is there a surprise at all to you? Holly, you first.
Oh gosh. Well, I don't know. I mean, what was even on that system that was good? To me, it's not really known for
yes, I love
any hard-hitting games. So
Yes.
I mean, even the probably not really.
Not really.
I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
everybody's doing the plug and play thing.
Are you surprised at all, Johnny, that we got this?
No, I'm not surprised. Sony loves stealing Nintendo's ideas, and
Yes.
they're like, if Nintendo could sell these really old consoles, we could do it too. But they only announced 5 of the games so far.
Yeah.
And I feel like one of them might hold up. So there's 15 others that we don't know about.
Yeah.
And there's no power brick with it.
Do you want the power brick? Wait, you're you mean there's no what is it called?
An AC adapter.
AC adapter,
like.
yes.
So there's no plug-in for it.
Like they have the plug, but they don't have, the USB power brick.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. So Blind Hostility, who is a huge fan of Crash Bandicoot, by the way, he wants Crash Bandicoot in Smash. John, how do you feel about Crash Bandicoot in Smash Brothers? Crash for Smash, yes or no?
I think Crash is a good addition, honestly.
No, okay, get out. You're off the show. I gotta mute.
But
you.
he was like an icon, one of the character mascots.
I'll give you that.
Of that era. I wouldn't be too upset about that. I mean, I think Crash deserves to be in it more than Bayonetta. So
I don't know. I'd rather that. I get where you're coming from, though. I understand what you mean about legacy, not only legacy, but also like just kind of what it meant to be in the video game time frame of that period and stuff. Like he was a direct response to Nintendo, and he did, whether Nintendo fans want to admit it or not, like he did have a slice of the cake at one time, obviously. Alexis says, "Are you new to the YouTube community?" Man, I don't know how to answer this. I'll be completely.
Is it that obvious?
Well, okay. So here's the thing: is I am not really new to the YouTube community. My name is Matt Dezen. You can find me on YouTube. I don't do a lot of like video game stuff anymore, like I used to on YouTube. My hookah channel or my YouTube channel is filled with things about hookah, which is another hobby of mine. So when it comes to like being new to YouTube, the answer is no. When it comes to being new to the Nintendo side of YouTube, kind of yes. And also Nintendo Fever is new to YouTube as like a weekly show as well. But I do understand YouTube. I like to think I do, at least. I don't know. Maybe I don't at all. Holly, are you new to YouTube? Have you heard of this platform where you can share videos and create stuff? It's pretty amazing. It's pretty cool.
You could call me actually pretty new to YouTube. I don't really do anything hardcore on YouTube. But I mean, I've done the occasional podcast on YouTube. In fact, just a quick little plug for a podcast I may be joining on about a monthly basis, the Nintendo Voice podcast. If anybody has heard of
Voice
that.
Chat? Wait a minute. You're going to jump
on that a few times.
Over to IGN and Nintendo Voice Chat? Wait, what's going on?
No, Nintendo Voice.
Oh, okay.
Just voice, okay. No chat. Yeah.
No chatting.
It's confusing.
All voice, no chat. What about you, Johniibo? Are you new to this YouTube thing? It's kind of a cool. I don't know. I think it could survive. It has legs. I think.
I mean, I've been around for a while, but I still have no idea what I'm doing.
I'm literally asking John questions recently about trying to like help with like how to get like stream OBS working and stuff. I don't know nothing. I'm just trying to do what I can to figure this stuff out. But
I literally click that stream now button and hope it all works.
That's what I did on this episode. Like literally, that's what happened. Like, oh man, just everybody, let's just hope that this works as we're hoping it will continue working. So, moving on, let's talk about some stuff that we are normally going to do with the show here. The first thing that we love to talk about is the thing that we loved in our possession, the video games that we buy, the good deals that we find, all those sorts of things. It is recent swag. Recent swag is that section where we get to talk about anything new that we've purchased, usually physical goods that we can actually hold in our hands and cradle and rest to sleep. I don't know why I'm doing all these weird hand movements. I apologize. It's what happens when you put me with a camera. I just act kind of bizarre. If you guys got some recent swag that you're proud of, a yard sale find, a youth ranch DI, no one else knows what DI is, just me and Holly. That's an inside for me and her. Then if you guys get a good deal, let us know in the chat if you got something at a good price. We'll start with John because he left all of his notes blank, and I want to hear if he got something to talk about. Do you have some recent swag?
I do not. All right, so I don't buy a lot of physical, like,
media
stuff for gaming related stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
unless it's Amiibo.
Yeah, unless it's Amiibo. But I haven't even bought it.
Amiibo collection is like actually.
I have over 100. It's all of the all of this. I have all the Smash amiibo, and then I
And
have
then
some.
some.
Yeah, and then some like
Did-
the Zelda amiibo. I don't have them all, but I have a bunch of them. Yeah, I
Did
got
they-
Shovel Knight. I got like 100 over
Did they
100.
all come out for the Smash? Was there ever? They got everything out, right?
Yeah, they got everything out.
Okay, okay.
The only ones I don't have for Smash are the Player 2 versions of Cloud, Bayonetta, and Corrin.
Your collection is not complete. I mean, why even bother?
I know.
Why even talk about
I saw
it?
that they might re-release some, so I might buy them.
Awesome. All right. So what is your
I
actual?
actually do have player 2 of Corrin myself.
Nice.
Oh.
Proud of that one.
I did want to mention that I didn't get it yet, but I pre-ordered the NES controllers.
Oh,
I didn't know
really?
you could even do that yet.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you sign up, then you can.
Yeah, Nintendo released or put up the link how to pre-order them, so
Yeah.
I did it.
Nice.
So is that your recent swag news? Is the pre-order basically?
Pretty much. I
That
don't
counts.
really buy physical things.
That
too
that
much.
counts. That counts. I mean, if you live in a world of imagination, then that's fine too. There's no problem with that at all. Holly, what about you? Did you get anything of recent swag quality that you would like to bring up here?
Well, I put none on the notes originally, but then I remembered that, like, shout out to Blind Hostility, who's in the chat right now. He sent me just kind of I'm going to call it a care package because I'm a college student and any box of goodies I get can be considered a care package.
Pure care.
Full of, like, just kind of promotional Nintendo goodies, including some Bravely Default stuff, including, like, some Bravely Default character art cards.
Oh, that's cool.
Those were really cool. And this is, like, free stuff that you get at events, and he just kind of sends it to me sometimes. That was one of my favorite items. Plus, one of the Mario Hot Wheels. So
Oh, okay.
just want to say thank you to Blind Hostility for that awesome stuff. Plus, I actually just got Super Princess Peach on DS also.
That's a good game.
Out of nowhere.
That is a fun game. Did you ever play that, John?
No.
Oh man. It's fun. Hold on a second. I feel like you guys are judging me right now because like I'm the one saying that I liked it, but it's a fun game.
Wasn't it universally considered like misogynistic?
Yeah, I mean, but I'm anti-feminist in all regards. I'm just kidding. I'm literally raising 4 girls. Don't freak out at me, chat. Please don't. It's a fun game. That's all it is. Come on, we gotta be able to have a sense of humor sometimes. I feel. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You guys got real quiet and scared me right now. I don't know what I'm supposed to be feeling. You know what? It's a terrible game, Holly, and you should burn it. Okay, don't keep it.
Oh, oops.
I think it came out at a time where I stopped playing DS, so I wouldn't have gotten it.
I never stopped playing DS. DS is a great system. It's awesome. I love the DS. I love the DS more than the 3DS in a lot of ways. But let me talk about my what I got recently for my recent swag. I got a bunch of Nintendo 64 games. I have a couple different like thrift shops. I have places that are around my area, and one of them often gets like video games. It's kind of like this weird like it's a place where when a unit of a storage unit. I don't know why I couldn't think of what to call it. When a storage unit is not able to continually pay their bills and they get repossessed, this is like one of those places where they go. So like I find all sorts of really cool little finds all the time. Like me and Holly, back in the day when I talked about all those Sega Genesis games that I bought, that was this place. So I got 4 different Nintendo 64 games. I got Mario, I got Zelda, I got Quest 64, and I also got Buck Bumble. I don't have any way to play any of these games. These are all just sitting on my shelf, and I'm making the decision if I want to keep them, if I want to try and sell them, trade them, whatever it is that I want to do with them. But as of now, that's what my recent swag is, a bunch of Nintendo 64 games, because, yeah, that's a thing that I do, basically. So yeah, that's the recent swag that we've all been getting. The chat is going crazy. I appreciate you guys making sure that you have me plenty of stuff that I need to pay attention to. We had a question actually come through a little bit earlier from Kiyodai. Is that how you pronounce that? He literally sounded.
Yeah.
Thank you for sounding that out for me, by the way, for spelling it out phonically for me, because I don't know what I'm doing otherwise. What are options for Nintendo's Stack 2019 lineup? Travis Strikes Again, Fire Emblem, Ninjas, Yoshi, Dragon Quest 11, Damon X Monica, Mech.
Do you want me to read these?
Yeah, go right ahead. I can't. It's too far away. Wow, I need glasses.
The rest of them are pretty easy. Pokemon Town, Luigi's Mansion, Final. Let's see. Oh, Final
exactly.
Fantasy
It's not as
Chronicles.
easy as you
Basically, and we'll actually talk about this a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
later
Yeah, we
when we're
will.
talking about the Nintendo Direct. Basically, the question is, like, what do you think about Nintendo's 2019 lineup?
We will be talking
In short,
about that actually.
amazing.
Very good, yeah.
Big thumbs
Also,
up.
I got Fire Emblem Three Houses. I don't know what Three Houses is. Free Yoshi's Crafted World for only 1990 or 1965, and Metroid Prime 4 1965. Damon X Machika 3460. I'm assuming he must be a part of like Best Buy Gamer Pass or whatever it's called, where you get a bunch of stuff for really well priced stuff. So I think that's probably what it is.
Some good pre-order deals there.
Yeah, and then we got a question from Alexis that says, "What is your favorite video game series?" Uh-oh. So I think we get into our question of the show a little bit earlier than usual, Holly. Even though this is this is Johnny, you know what I'm talking about, right?
No, it's not Donkey Kong Country for me. It's Zelda. I'm just gonna say right now, mine is Zelda. It's really predictable. I just adore that series more than I can say.
Zelda's
I love it.
Great. Zelda...
It's not Donkey Kong Country.
So, as a series, like series and like favorite video games, like two different questions, right? Like, because my favorite video game series from Nintendo, for instance, is definitely gonna be Mario. But like one of my favorite games of all time is like Kirby. So like it's easy for me to say like I love Kirby, but like as a series, I would definitely have to go with Mario. You're gonna go with Zelda for your favorite series. What about you, Johnny? What's your favorite video game series?
Mario, easily.
Mario, yeah. I
think I grew up on.
Yes.
I hate Kirby games, so I'm sorry.
Pretty standard.
Minokia? I don't know what this person's posting. Golden Plays just wrote the word Monica. Oh, it's because I was mispronouncing that. Yeah, that's me not knowing how to read. It's too far away. Donkey Kong
you
versus
mean Machina? Damon X Machina?
Yeah, I said Monica. Is what I said.
Oh yeah.
It's a Gundam game. It looks like Gundam.
It looks very cool. This? It looks kind of chintzy though. We'll get into it in a little while. I want to like that game more than I think I actually like it. Let's talk about what we've been playing. I'll go first on this one. I've been playing a lot of the NES games that came out for the online service. I have been playing Tecmo Bowl so much. Like, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I've probably already put like maybe 2 to 3 hours into that game. Like, I absolutely love Tecmo Bowl, and all it's doing though is making me really angry. Like, I'm holding my Switch harder than I probably should as I'm playing it, and it's because I'm enjoying it so much that it's making me more and more angry for not having a true football game on the system. Like, literally, I would play so much Madden on the Switch if it would just come to the thing. So, because it's not, I am just playing a ton of Tecmo Bowl. I played a little bit of Super Mario Bros. 3, which is an amazing game. Absolutely love that game. I can't wait for Kirby to come to this. That's what I'm really excited to finally see, is Kirby come to the Nintendo Classics lineup. Do they have a name for what this thing is called? It's not Virtual Console.
Nintendo Switch Online, NES or something. NES, Nintendo Switch Online?
I think the whole title is like Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online.
Rolls off the tongue. It's like the king of everything Nintendo, right? You should know how that feels. So that's what I've been playing. That's what I've been up to. What about you, John? What have you been playing recently?
Well, I wanted to ask, did you play it online? Have you played Tecmo Bowl online?
I have not got a chance to do it. I want to jump in on one of your streams one of these
Even
nights.
I did that.
And challenge you, because I've been dominating the computer. I mean, I look really, really good against the computer. I might as well just like start like training for like Championship League at this point and just like, hand over your trophies now, because what's the point? I'm winning like 50 to like 7. Like, I'm too good. But no, I have not played online yet, so what if. I do like what Blind Hostility just said, NES Flicks. I like that name. From now on, we will refer to it as NES Flicks. That's awesome. Absolutely great. But what have you been playing, John?
I mean, I've been playing the NES games as well.
Awesome.
A lot of them don't hold up. Like, soccer is really bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, the online worked fine. Like, I was playing against people in like hockey and Tecmo Bowl, and everything seemed to work fine. I only had lag a couple times. The one thing that annoyed me was trolling. Some people were trolling me. Oh. They were using that stupid little hand that you could bring up.
How do you bring that up? I don't know how to bring it up.
I don't know how to do it. But
stick.
It didn't work when I tried the R stick though. For some reason, I'll have to try it again. Is that hand only for online play though?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
I think so.
That could be what was.
It could be the L stick.
It's a stick.
But
I have my Switch on me. I mean, it's portable. I should have it here and look it up right now, but I don't.
But don't be that guy or person that covers up a virus on
Dr. Mario.
That's Dr. Mario, so your opponent can't see it.
People are already doing this nasty.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna say what Johnny just said is wrong. Do that every time you get a chance.
I just gave everybody ideas on how to win.
It's hilarious.
This is what Nintendo on the 2018 online is all about. It's covering the virus. That's great. John, me and you got to have a night where we play some Tecmo Bowl and some Dr. Mario. I actually haven't played Dr. Mario in a long time, and Dr. Mario is pretty dang fun. That's a really good puzzle game, especially multiplayer.
I realize that I'm really bad at all these games.
Oh, well, then definitely we got to play. Definitely. What about you, Holly? What have you been playing that's either new or different? I'm excited to hear about this because I don't think I'm going to purchase this just because I know that I won't put the time that I need to put into it. So I want to hear your thoughts about this.
Wait, you're on the free trial still?
No. I'm talking about.
What are we talking about?
What you wrote down for what we've been playing.
What did I write down?
Holly, open your notes. We're supposed to be professional. Johnny's never going to want to come back to this show.
I was just going to talk about it when we got to those games in the discussion about the Direct.
We'll talk about it again, but I just want to hear your quick thoughts about the actual playing of the
game. Dying to know what Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition HD is like.
Yes, and I also want to know if anybody in the chat bought this game, if they're playing it, what their thoughts are on it. John, did you get Final Fantasy Pocket Edition? Are you going to get Final Fantasy Pocket Edition?
I got it.
You did? Have you put any time into it?
I put like a couple hours into it.
Okay. I never played Final Fantasy 15. I know Holly did, right? You kept your PS4 around just so you could play Final Fantasy. Isn't that in Kingdom Hearts, right?
I've never had a PS4. I have a PS3, but I'd like to get a PS4 when I can get one cheap. But
okay. So you have never played Final Fantasy 15. John, have you played Final Fantasy 15, the regular edition?
I played about an hour of it, the first hour.
So how does the first hour match up to the hour of Pocket Edition?
I like Pocket Edition more because it's not as complicated.
It seems a little bit more approachable.
Like the battle systems, there's not as much going on in the battle system.
Oh, okay.
Which is nice because that's what I didn't want to be too overwhelmed with everything. But
yeah.
That makes sense. Sometimes they just inundate you with system upon system upon system upon system.
Yes. What did you think about it?
Yeah, I like it. I like it so far too. Okay. I think the battle system's a lot of fun. There's this kind of
real time
phase shifting, like Noxus. That's the name of the main, or Noctis, the main character.
Yeah. If I make up words, you guys can make up words too. It's okay. That? I said if I can make up words, you guys can make up words too. It's okay.
Yeah. So the main character who you play as far as I know, or at least this is where I'm at, you can't play as any other characters. So the main character that you control can learn different kinds of abilities, and it's like John was saying, they're not too complicated or anything like that. So you can just get into a battle. They're a little button mashy, but there's still a little bit of strategy there, and I like it. I like the story. I like the voice acting. I kind of like the graphics okay too. I don't think they're too bad.
I don't mind the chibi look at all. I think that it actually looks kind of, I don't know, there's something about it being like downgraded. I mean, it reminds me honestly of knowing that there were games on like the PlayStation and the N64 during one time long ago, and then they would port it down to the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance and stuff like that. And I always like seeing what the port looked like of the big major game and stuff like that. I can't think of one of like Harry Potter. Harry Potter is actually a good the Tony Hawk games, for instance. Tony Hawk is a good example because the Tony Hawk games on the PlayStation and on on the GameCube and stuff like that were always great, obviously. But then like when they came to the Game Boy Advance, those were awesome as well. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 on the Game Boy Advance, but that was an awesome game to play. And I just love how they're able to take this big giant concept and shrink it down to a quote unquote pocket edition. And yeah, I think that it looks really cool in that respect, I guess. But yeah, we'll be talking.
Mike, Blind Hostility, that is, would like me to mention my coworker's comment about Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition.
Yeah, did they play it or did they check it out when you were playing it or what happened?
Well, she told me that she liked the like original game, and so I was like, oh well, I actually just got it. The Pocket Edition. Apparently, it has like the full storyline and everything like that. It's all chibi art. Anyway, so I take some screenshots and show her the screenshots, and she says just real blunt, like, "Oh, that's cute." I mean, the graphics are terrible, but cute. Oh,
well,
thank you for bashing my game that I'm playing.
Did they port it to mobile? Like, isn't this the mobile port?
In Japan, I believe, but I'm not 100% sure. Is it on Android in America? Can I download this on my cellular device or something? So I'll have to check it out. I don't know.
It's probably way cheaper on mobile than...
It's probably $2.99.
Oh, I checked. Okay, so, well, actually it is cheaper, but okay, so the introductory price on the Switch, this is why I got it right away.
That's almost why
the introductory price was $18 versus like the $30 that it is now. The deal is actually over.
Wow, that was
so
fast.
I checked what it was on mobile, and it's like $20 for all the chapters on your mobile device. So I was like, well, I can get it for like $2 cheaper, and on a console, like I'm gonna go for it. I just went for it.
Yeah, pricing is something we could have an entire episode, which is something that I'd love to bring up as a topic about the actual pricing structure that Switch is using for both indie games and then also port games of sorts, because it's definitely interesting strategy that has worked to pull lots of money out of my wallet, but it's not something that I'm happy with. So I would love to talk further into that, just not at this exact moment. We do have a question that I want to answer real quick from Kaodai. What new corners do you want, and what do you think will actually be announced? I'm not sure what that means. Corners.
Talk about Smash. Comers. Newcomers.
Oh, comers. It looks like an N to me. Sorry about that. Oh, my goodness. I think let's go around the table real quick and just say if there's one person that we want to see come to Smash Brothers. Newcomers. Somebody that is not in the game right now, but we'd be excited if they did. Honestly, they got mine with Simon Belmont, Castlevania being represented. That's actually really cool in my book. You know who I want to see from come? I want to see a pro wrestler. From pro wrestling from the NES. I want to see Starman. I want to see the Amazon. I want to see one of those guys get represented inside of Smash Brothers. If we had a professional wrestler, we have a boxer, we have a plumber, we have a witch. Like, everybody's going to be covered at that point. Like, all we need is a professional wrestler, and the world would be complete. Holly, what about you? I tried to ramble, so it gave you guys some time to think about it. Hopefully that worked. I don't know.
Oh, I don't have a really strong idea of what I want, I suppose.
Anybody but Crash.
Back when there was the vote that Bayonetta ended up winning, I actually voted for Wonder Red from the Wonderful 101, which kind of underperformed, and so I don't think people really think about it anymore, but I think that could be a really cool character in Smash.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like he got a lot of love, at least on Twitter, which doesn't mean a whole lot sometimes, but like I remember seeing a lot of like people say things like, oh yeah, I'd love to see if a Wonderful 101, people are talking about a port of Wonderful 101 to come to the Switch and stuff like that. So
give it another chance, because any Wii U game ported over to Switch at this point is being given basically a second life.
And it seems to be helping.
Games need those.
So besides, the only person we're not allowed to vote for is Crash for obvious reasons. Johnny, who do you think would be a good newcomer to Smash Brothers?
Well, first I want to say Bayonetta won that vote. Yeah, that was more of a marketing ploy.
Nah, never.
I'm still salty about that, but I would want Shovel Knight in there, but he's an assist trophy.
Yeah.
So I would probably go with Banjo-Kazooie.
That'd be kind of interesting. I think
there is a new leak or rumor that came out today, so I don't know if you want to spoil it or.
No, we try to stay away from spoilers, not for the benefit of our listeners, by the way, but for the benefit of me and Holly. That's the only reason. We don't care about you guys watching. We don't care about spoiling stuff for you. We just don't want to be spoiled ourselves. That's all it is. I'm kidding. I'm joking around. Calm down. Crash, stop hating Matt. I'm not hating Matt. I'm hating Crash. There's a difference. Good evening from New York. Oh, I've got to stop saying that. Good evening, the New Yorker. Appreciate you showing up, and I'm glad that you're having a good evening. Says Void. That's cool. So let's go ahead and move on down.
That's yay. that would be yay.
Why did we choose to do this show live, Holly? I feel like it's just...
Yay for Starman. It looks like everyone's giving some love to Starman.
Oh,
over
yes,
in those
Starman.
Comments.
Yes, Starman definitely needs to be in Smash Brothers. That'd be awesome. Hey, Johnny, we got to do pro wrestling on NES on
online pro
Yeah.
wrestling.
Yeah, it'll be terrible. Absolutely terrible and wonderful all at the same time. Let's go through this very quickly because we have a lot of stuff going on right now for the Nintendo Direct that happened. I'm going to go through all these games really quick, then we can stop by. We can all pick a game that we want to talk about a little bit, and then we will move through it as well. So the first thing talked about on the Direct was the Splatoon 2 version 4 update, which is available now. We're actually in the middle of a Splatfest right now. Did you pick retro or modern, Holly?
I picked modern, and also the Splatfest actually doesn't start until I believe 10 p.m. our time, which would be midnight John's time.
Another 2 hours or
in
so.
New York.
Correct.
Another 2 hours.
Yeah.
John, did you pick
Got a
retro or
little ways to
modern?
go.
I chose retro because I know that's going to be the unpopular team, and the unpopular team always wins.
So surprisingly, I thought I was going to pick retro, and I actually chose modern, which feels like I lied to myself a little bit. But then, like, I tried to have deep inner conflict in my own head, and I was like, do I really care more about retro than I do modern? It was a very weird moment that I had right before picking which squid that I wanted to be a part of team. So I have no logic or reason to what I'm doing. But yeah, so we're going to talk about that if anybody wants to. Mario Tennis Aces, we got to stop talking about that. Never again. I have a lot of hate for that game. Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundle looks really cool. Nintendo Switch Online was talked about during the Direct. Cities Skylines, which I was really hoping would be good, and it looks like it's not, which disappoints me a lot. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, The Golden Country, which is an expansion pack that came out. It's available now. NBA 2K19, actually might buy this personally because it looks really good. Final Fantasy Pocket Edition, we just spoke about very briefly. Yokai Watch Blasters, I almost said a naughty word. FIFA 19, Mega Man 11, Super Mario Party, Luigi's Mansion, The World Ends With You. I know me and Holly are excited about that. We'll have to ask Johnny's opinion as well. Starlink, the game that I can't wait for, coming out on my birthday if you guys want to get me a gift. Lego DC Supervillains, Just Dance 2019, Diablo 3, Switch Bundle for Smash Brothers, GameCube controllers and adapters so they can take more of your money. World of Final Fantasy. There's a whole bunch of Final Fantasy games. I'm not going to talk about any more of them. You guys already know there's lots of them that came out or coming out. Pokemon Let's Go. Pokemon Let's Steal Your Money. Civilization 6. Warframe. Super Mario Smash Bros. Ultimate. NBA 2K Playgrounds 2, which I can't wait for. Katamari Damacy Reroll, which I was very surprised to hear about, actually. Mario & Luigi's Browser's Inside Story, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which surprised me personally, Team Sonic Racing, Chocobo, there's a football game if you guys heard that explosion, Chocobo Mystery Dungeon, Everybody, Yoshi's Crafted World, wow, there's a lot of games, guys, Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn, Luigi's Mansion 3, The Town, Damon X Monica,
The Town,
and then Animal Crossing as well. So there's a lot of stuff that got talked about. Absolutely crazy just how much stuff actually got brought up in this Direct. This was a better Direct in some ways than like the E3 Direct, right? Maybe it's because there was more.
I'd say for sure on that one, actually, myself.
So
for sure better.
Is there something in the Direct that you guys want to talk about, in particular, either a game or something that happened within it? Holly, I'll let you lead with this.
Well, we could start back with Splatoon 2, seeing as how the Splatfest is starting in just a couple hours here. There are a couple changes. So there's no solo and team mode anymore for Splatfest. You got like normal and pro.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I think about it, I'm not sure what the difference is. I'm sure that it just has to do with like, it's probably leaderboards, actually. I think there's leaderboards and they'll show who in the pro division, like which team or which player.
I was going to wait till I started playing and then figure it out from there. That was my plan.
But you can the nice thing is that you can team up in either of these modes and you don't need a full team of 4. Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
Like
that is the best thing they did in this update, because it's really annoying when you have like 3 people and you're just sitting there waiting. You can't do anything.
Yes,
and you're desperately like going to all your social media being like, who wants to play?
Somebody
and then
join
5
me.
people at once will be like, oh, I'll play. And then it's all like, oh, I can only fit 1 more in the team. And it's awful. It was awful. Hopefully it'll be better now.
Probably not. No, it probably will.
They also added 10 times and 100 times
for the
for Splatoon. Like I guess if
for
you
Splatfest.
For Splatfest, if like you'll get into a random match and that match could be 10 times the amount of points or 100 times the amount of points. I don't know how it's gonna work.
So there's some
it's
randomization.
It's just random, apparently.
Oh, interesting. So I'm always gonna
the
lose.
100 times is gonna be extra rare. So if that comes up, I mean that is
start taking screenshots.
It's probably like gonna be a once in a blue.
Right. I said start taking screenshots because it's extra rare. Hurry up, get those screenshots.
Show off.
Oh, that's something that happened in the update, actually. You can now post multiple screenshots. And the whole interface for your gallery has been changed up quite a bit as well, if you guys haven't noticed. I was surprised by that. I don't like that you can
that was the Switch update, not a Splatoon one necessarily.
Yeah. I don't like that you can only post multiple screenshots from the same game. You can't post multiple games inside of a batch. It'll only bring up all the same game, which I thought was really weird. Oh, really? Yeah, it's kind of odd.
It makes sense to me, though. I don't know.
Holly, we don't all post the same.
That's Nintendo.
Holly, we don't all just play Xenoblade Chronicles. So, like, we want to post other things,
I don't even have a lot of... I probably have, like, 2 or 3 Xenoblade Chronicles 2 screenshots.
Well, get on it already. Start taking more pictures. What about you, Johnny? What game do you want to talk about or event that happened inside of the Direct? And if there's something specific you guys want us to tackle... Oh, there is actually. Sorry. Before I ask you directly, let's talk about Isabelle in Smash Brothers. Was this a big surprise, or was this something that you almost saw coming to a certain extent? Are you excited? Are you not caring about it? Like, what's your feeling about Isabelle? I know my daughter is kind of excited for it. She thinks that Isabelle's cool, like a lot of people do, obviously. I don't care. I'm probably not going to play with her regardless of the facts. So, like, it's kind of a... It doesn't matter to me is the only way I can think to say it. What about you, Johnny? Do you care about Isabelle that much?
I love it. I think she's the perfect character put in Smash because she's like this cute little puppy, and you don't want to hurt her, but
you want to do damage with her. But you want to hurt with her. You don't want her hurt. Yeah. You want to hurt with her. Got it.
I think it's funny when like people get upset about their obscure character not being announced yet, and then they announce Isabelle, and they're like, "Why are you putting this nonsense in there?"
Because it's all nonsense. That's why.
Like there's like 80 characters, or you're probably gonna be like 80 characters, and you're gonna get upset that you're like Shantae that 3 people want didn't get in.
Yes, Johnny, I'm gonna be very mad that Starman is not in this game yet. Okay, Isabelle took Starman's position. That's the truth, and you know it. What about you?
You're
Ollie?
all gonna play the same character anyway.
So. Ike is the only person that needs to be played. Oh, don't bring up Waluigi. We're not talking about Waluigi on this at all in any way. Don't even start doing it. If I see Waluigi, I don't have the power to kick you, but I will ignore you. I'm just kidding. I won't do that. Holly, what do you think about Isabelle?
I was just scrolling way back in the chat to see who asked us about Isabelle, because I know someone did, and that was Golden Plays.
Golden Plays.
So if you're still here, thanks for the question.
Thank you.
Basically, it was thoughts on Isabelle for Smash.
Yes.
She's adorable. That's my thought.
That's it? Are you going to play with her? Are you going to use her? Is she going to become your new main?
Maybe not, but she might. I'll try her out, and if I like her, like I gave Rosalina a chance. Like Rosalina was one of those characters I was like, I would want to put her kind of in my roster, my personal roster, but she's a tough character. So we'll just see how well I do with Isabelle, and she might become one of my mains.
We'll have to find out for sure. Let's see. I just want to make sure we're not missing anything else. I'm picking modern now, even though I don't want to. Thanks, Holly. Why no love for Mario Tennis Aces? Why? Do you want to know?
From Kyodai.
Yeah, from Kyodai. Thank you. Do you want to know why there's no love for Mario Tennis Aces for me personally? It's because it is the only game. Okay, I don't believe in like the weird conspiracies when they say things like, "Oh, if they weren't releasing this, they would release something else," or if this person wasn't in Smash Brothers, there would be somebody else in it. Mario Tennis to me legitimately takes up resources that could be put to better usage. Mario Tennis is a franchise and an idea that needs to die. It is not. We need to stop. You know what? Every time Nintendo comes out with something we don't like, it's because games like Mario Tennis exist. We need to stop supporting these sort of things, and then they will not make bad. It just annoys me. Okay, you have Mario Tennis Aces, don't you, Johnny? I believe.
I do, and I mean, I love the Mario sports games, but Mario Tennis Aces is not good.
It's not. And
interesting.
People keep
like,
buying these
when
games.
we played the test
was decent.
tournament, the tournament was fun. Like I enjoyed it. I'm like, all right, this game has promise. It's gonna be fun when it fully comes out. Then it came out, and it's a super unbalanced, broken mess.
Because they don't care. They don't. This is the one time I'm like, Nintendo don't care. It's just pocketbook money, and they're wasting their time. Holly, did you buy it or did you just try the test?
I just tried the test, and the internet, my internet failed. So
good. Don't spend
big
money
turn
on
off.
it.
But yeah, I thought people were generally saying good things about it. But yeah,
I'm just salty about this. I guess
I believe John here.
I like that Isabelle is in Smash, even though never cared for Animal Crossing. More varied representation from Nintendo franchises is always welcome. We should definitely get someone else from Fire Emblem. That would help with the diversity of Smash Brothers. In my opinion.
all right. So I love Fire Emblem, one of my favorite series. But stop putting sword fighters in. Put like a dragon rider in, or an archer or something. A different class of character. There's so many that they could choose from.
Tharja, I think a lot of people would actually really love her being in there. Like, she's a very popular character, even though she's kind of creepy.
Well, I think they would love her and Camilla for different reasons.
Yes. Kyodai says Isabelle equals Wii Fit trainer. Sakurai's troll character that he always puts in. Beast is the one that said that thing about Isabelle that I just said moments ago. Blind Hostility said Matt doesn't want Crash and tons of people want Waluigi. It all doesn't matter at the end of the day anyway. So we're gonna move on. Johnny, I don't think I got to ask you because we went on a rant because of myself personally. What from the direct happened that you were excited about?
Well, you know, Mario Tennis Aces getting updated. Love it.
Stop it.
I'm glad that they showed New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe.
Was that a surprise?
Really long. No, it wasn't really surprising. There was rumors about this for a long time, but I just
caught on to those.
I just want, you know, another Mario game on the Switch.
Yes.
And I think 2D Mario is better than 3D Mario. And I actually really enjoyed Super Mario U on the Wii U.
I did
too.
too.
I'll be picking this up.
It is a really, really good game. The challenges they didn't announce that they were going to put them online, I don't believe. But like, if they did put that challenge mode from Wii U online, like that'd be really cool. That'd be enough for me to even consider buying it, even though I'm probably going to regardless. But having the ability to do like Mario-based challenges against other people in a 2D platformer, that sounds like a ton of fun. That to me is worth a purchase. I would love a game if that would. It kind of like what Mario Maker kind of is to a point where you just create these 2D speedrun challenges for people to try out and go against each other. But I want to see the stages that are actually built purposefully from Nintendo and do that. I think that's really cool. I think that there's a lot of exciting stuff coming in that game. Are you excited at all for that game, Holly, for Mario Brothers Deluxe U Switch Edition?
Honestly,
special?
I have been burnt out on the new Super Mario Brothers series ever since New Super Mario Bros. U. Gosh, those names. Anyway, I enjoyed most of the other games in the series, but I guess at that point I was just like, I mean, this is just the same old stuff. I feel like that's kind of how I felt about that game. I really liked all the previous games, though. Even 2 on the 3DS.
That's pretty fun.
New Super Mario Bros. 2.
Yeah, I like it.
People tended to not like that one, but I don't know. The gimmick that it had with collecting like as many coins as you can, I found that to be, I don't know, just something different, and I liked it.
Did you get the 1,000,000 coins?
I never did.
I never did either.
I did. What a waste of
You get a gold hat.
50 hours or whatever, however long it took.
Was it a gold hat?
It was just a new loading screen.
Yeah.
Like a new start menu. That's all it was.
What did you expect?
Kind of like getting all 900 Korok seats in Breath of the Wild.
That's the greatest
I think I heard
troll ever.
what happens.
That's the greatest troll ever. The 999 Korok seeds.
It's just 900
or 900, whatever it is. Like, it's literally the greatest troll ever. That's awesome. Like, I want to do it just to get it. Honestly, like, I don't know. There's something. I think it's hilarious. I think it's the best joke ever told in a video game.
That one's pretty good.
It really is.
I got 100% of all the moons in Super Mario Odyssey, and I was very disappointed in what they give you. I'd rather have had what they give you for the Korok seeds.
Yeah, it's just funny and it works. Is the thing. I don't. Okay, we'll move on from that. I want to talk about third party. Sorry,
just real quick. I want to point out, like, JZ Beast in the chat. He says that we need Elma from Xenoblade Chronicles X. I don't know why I didn't think about that when we had that question of like, who do you want in Smash? She'd be awesome in Smash. I agree with you, JZ.
Is she the one that always looks really bored?
She's got like kind of like slightly darker skin, but like silver hair.
I feel like she's the one that always looks bored. In all the like gameplay or trailers that I've ever seen, like there's always that one character that's just like, wow, I guess we're really doing this, guys.
Well, the character designs, or the character models in Xenoblade Chronicles X, like they were not very well done. Like people have gone so far as to call them terrifying, even.
I love HD
but
gaming.
you grow to like them with their dialogue and the voice acting and story events and things.
Did you
like
get
that.
Xenoblade Chronicles, Johnny? Are you a Xenoblade guy?
I bought Xenoblade Chronicles X, played about an hour. I bought Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and played about 2 hours.
Oh wow! So on the third one, you'll get like past the intro.
Yeah, I think I really liked what I played of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Like I think the battle systems are different and interesting, but like I know it's a
long game,
plus hour game. I'm like I can't really commit to that. I would actually like to see Rex or I guess Pyra
or Pyra, because they're kind of a pair, you know.
Yeah.
They would probably have to be together somehow, but yeah. And then Jay-Z also actually mentioned Zeke Van Genbu, who's the eye patch guy in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So any Xenoblade character besides Shulk would be cool.
Shulk is already in it. You can only have one.
I don't think we've seen the troll character yet. Like they said, Isabel's a troll character. I don't think we've seen it yet.
Yeah, I don't think so at all.
Yeah, I don't think she is.
I think the troll character was, or I don't think we've seen him. That'll be the very last one that gets announced. Is going to be the troll character.
It's going to be the punching bag or whatever.
It is going to be Waluigi. At this point, I want to go on record right now and say that when Waluigi is announced for Smash Brothers as a playable character, the internet will break. And it will happen. It will happen for this game right here. It's going to... last trailer, before the game comes out, pitch black, it says, everybody's in this game. And then it's going to say... And then it's going to isolate the word everyone. And then the E that on everyone is going to turn around to show a W. And then you're going to hear the laugh. And then he's going to appear. And that's what's going to happen. I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it. Telling you that right now.
Well, I mean, they set it up. They set it up because when they showed him in the first trailer, he was like, they're showing him getting killed.
Yeah.
To count as a kill for an assist trophy.
Yeah.
So they could easily just be using the character model.
Yeah. I that's what they did. They tricked everyone except for me because I'm woke.
I'm woke.
Okay, so I want to talk very quickly about the third-party support that we are seeing built up a wonderful extra aspect of the Switch library, in my opinion. Not only are we seeing really cool brand new games like NBA 2K19, we're also seeing stuff from Final Fantasy, which I think is actually cool, regardless of the fact that they're old games. I think Katamari Democracy is a really awesome one as well. I know it's wrong. It was a joke. Okay, guys, calm down before anybody attacks me. It was a joke. Civilization 6, I think, is super cool to have on there as well. Just Dance. People seem to buy that game for whatever reason that is. I have no idea. But then, I don't know. It gets me excited for things like Doom 3. Or not Doom 3, Diablo 3. Doom 3 is in the works. We've already been told that, actually. Or not Doom 3, was it Wolfenstein 3? I think it was Wolfenstein 3. Diablo 3 is coming out.
There's Wolfenstein 3, then there's Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal is coming out to the system, which is awesome news. We're getting Diablo 3, which I think I'm going to buy. I've very lightly ever played Diablo games, but I'm like excited for this one to be on the go and portable, and like I can play it whenever I want to, which that's exciting to me, is having that ability to play it wherever I go as a quick. Because there was a game that came out for the 3DS a long time ago. It was called Heroes of Ruin, I think is what the name was. I could be wrong. It was a Diablo-like game, and I really liked playing that on the go with me. So having Diablo that's actual Diablo and well-made sounds even more exciting. So I wanted to just quickly talk about Warframe, stuff like that. NBA 2K Playgrounds 2, I'm super excited about. I loved the first one, and I think the second one's going to be even better. Very quickly, I want to talk about The Town. The Town, which is made by Game Freak, it's the new game. Everyone knows Game Freak for making Pokemon games for the original Game Boy Color, blah blah blah, all those games.
Well, they still have a hand in that series.
So here's what I want to say. I believe that The Town is going to be the actual quote-unquote Pokemon RPG that we get on the Switch. We will never get an actual Pokemon RPG on the Switch. It is going to be The Town. We're getting Pokemon Let's Go. I'm telling you right now, we will not get an actual Pokemon game on the Switch. The Pokemon game we're getting is The Town. and it doesn't
Well,
have.
it's already been confirmed to be in development. Gen 8, it's coming.
That's what.
Next
Yes.
holiday.
No, we were also told that there's a real Pokemon game coming when Let's Go Pikachu was announced. I'm telling you, I'm promising you that we will not get actual Pokemon on the Switch. I'm telling you, you can believe me or not believe me, but I'm calling Waluigi as a real person, so take me for a grain of salt, if you will.
We will.
Yeah,
I gotta see how the chat responds to this real quick.
I don't think that's remotely true.
I do. I believe in myself. You guys should learn to believe too.
But they Game Freak makes other games. Like it's not.
Yeah.
They made another game on the 3DS called Harmonite, and
downloadable game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't make they don't make big budget games.
There's a point to this though. I mean, they make games other than Pokemon.
Yes.
And so just the fact that they're making Town doesn't mean that there's not going to be Pokemon, basically.
No, there will be Pokemon.
I mean, I hope they do, because I would lose my mind when the internet just blows up.
We'll see what happens. I feel like you guys are thinking of me as being far too crazy in this. I could admit, hey, I'll admit right here, I might be wrong. I really don't think I am. I think that Nintendo wants to keep Pokemon on the 3DS, which they have shown that they want to continue to make the 3DS, produce games for the 3DS, and what is the only way that they're going to really, really sell 3DSs? The biggest game in the world that's made for it practically exclusively is Pokemon.
Yeah, but there's been so much Pokemon out already that, I mean, they're not selling more 3DSs by putting out more Pokemon.
But
because
they have.
The Pokemon fans already have 3DSs, so Nintendo needs to sell Switches.
Ultra Sun and Moon. Ultra Sun and Moon sold more 3DSs again. Like every time they release Pokemon, they sell more systems.
They do keep doing, redesigns, so I mean that probably actually helps too.
Let's see what the chat is.
Yeah, Jay-Z Beast, if they made Town instead of Pokemon Gen 8, people would riot. Like, yeah. And Golden Plays agrees. I think we all agree. Town is not Pokemon, and Pokemon Gen 8 will happen on the Switch.
Matt, you're not a Pokemon fan anyway, are you?
Hey, stop judging me. All right, let's go into anything else from the Direct you guys want to talk about as well. We're actually at our hour mark. I didn't want to go too far over an hour. I don't mind talking for a little while, obviously, especially if you guys in the chat want to roast me or have questions. Either one is fine, obviously. And then, I mean, I guess if there's no games in particular that we want to talk about, I just wanted to briefly touch on the online service and our thoughts about it. Holly, you never bought PlayStation Now or PlayStation Plus on your PS3, correct? Have you ever paid for any online subscription service of any kind?
Of any kind? No, not really. I'll take the free trials of things and then, quit after that.
So
Audible, Netflix,
you got to flush that down, Matt. LOL. Pokemon Generation 8 will be on the Switch, but I will try the Town. It looks fun. It does look fun, and it will be as fun as the new Pokemon game. Because it is. Okay. So you've never bought a online service before. Was the reason to buy this one purely because it is Nintendo?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm a Nintendo fan. I've already got a lot of online games that I'm playing. Splatoon and Minecraft and Mario Kart 8. I love to break that out once in a while still.
Yes.
And there's more to come. I mean, Pokemon's bound to be online, and now that Nintendo's charging for online, they best have a decent kind of online connectivity for Pokemon Gen 8. Monster Hunter, that's a huge one. Got to play my Monster Hunter online. So it's $20. That's like as much as Nintendo Power. Oh, I used to pay for Nintendo Power.
That doesn't count.
That was a yearly thing.
That's a magazine. Hold on a second. Hold on.
It's a subscription, though, and it was Nintendo, and I bought it because it was Nintendo.
Any of you in the chat remember what Nintendo Power is? Anybody out there remember that very vividly? I had a Nintendo Power subscription. I was OG. All right. What do you think about the value proposition of $20? Are you fine with the $20 price? Is it one of those things? So I subscribe to the WWE Network. I know this isn't a wrestling podcast. Apologies. I have a point. I promise. But it is $10 a month. And regardless of how often I do, or Funimation is another one. I pay for Funimation. It's $4.99 a month. And it just so happens that $4.99 is the lowest denominator of money that like can continually come out of my bank account. Like I can go a whole month of not watching Funimation and it will still take out my $5, and I really don't care that much. It's like when there is something I want to watch on it, I'm happy that I have it, but it just turns out that like $5 is the lowest denominator, that it's all right if I don't use it every single day for it to be used up. So is $20 just like an okay amount of money that you feel comfortable giving up for this sort of service, or do you now feel that you need to spend more time playing your Switch or online games to get that value out of it?
$20 is something like, I mean, for a whole year that's not too much at all. And so I don't know. I'm not even, you pay the $20, you've got the online for a year. I'm not even going to think about it anymore.
All right. What about you, Johnny? What do you feel about that? What's your value? Is the value there for $20?
I mean, when I downloaded the update and the servers went down, or they went to paid servers, nothing seemed different. The only thing that was different was they added the NES games, which I think is worth $20 a year anyway. But I pay for Xbox Live, I pay for PS Plus, I pay for Netflix. I have all the subscription-based services, and I don't use them half as much as I use my Nintendo Switch. So I was definitely not going to not buy this for $20 a year.
So
it's $2 a month.
Yeah.
If you don't get your pumpkin spice latte this month, then you could pay for Nintendo Switch Online.
Is that the extra large one? Is that the $20 pumpkin spice latte? Is the extra large?
I mean, that's probably like $5.
Okay, so somebody in the chat, JZ Beast, just said I paid $35 and got a couple friends in on it. I want to warn people very quickly, and you tell me if you think this is right or wrong, kind of like my great prediction of the town and stuff. Do you think that I worry about doing the friends thing with the family package, because technically that is going to be out of the terms and services. I haven't read the terms and services, so I can't say if it is or isn't. But do be careful, because there may be some sort of bizarre thing that states that if you have the family package, either the person needs to use I don't know how it's going to be worded, right? Like my daughter and me, we're the ones that play our Switch, obviously. So like we're on the same Switch console. So we log into the same Switch console, and then it would know that we're both playing that same one. I just worry about the possibility of losing something if you go into this idea of getting like 8 friends together and you all pay, whatever it is, like less than $5 for the year, which is a great price, obviously. Still, I just don't know if that's going to work in the long run. I don't know. Does that make sense? Do either of you see what I'm saying?
I'm not going with it, because you know how I am. I'm kind of like
OCD,
the sheltered Mormon girl type.
You're like, that sounds wrong.
I like to try to be honest.
That sounds like that's not good. You're gonna go to jail.
Exactly.
You're gonna go to jail.
Part of me, that is part of me. So I just kind of want to be honest and whatnot.
Holly, you're so
Which
innocent.
is funny, because I am on my family's like Spotify premium account, and technically it does say you have to be in the same household.
No way.
I'm like, well, yeah, way. I'm like, well, I'm not in the same household, but I mean, this is my dad's family account.
Yeah, it's under the
anyway.
same
I don't know.
Virtual roof.
I'm so dishonest.
What about you, Johnny? What's your opinion of this? Is it okay to get 8 people together and use that family plan? Have I put the fear of the authorities
I'll be with you. Just do it at your own risk.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't want to rely on somebody else.
That's my thing. I agree. I'm worried
Plus,
that if somebody like in 1 year, the person that we like had this agreement, it's like, okay, we're all gonna pay every year $5, and then it gets to the end of the year, and then like it's like, hey Jim, you need to come pay, and he's like, oh, I'm not gonna pay this year. It's like, hold on, we're not prepared for this. We're all gonna lose our save data. You can't do this, Jim. You've destroyed the system. We can't, Jim. You've destroyed the system. That's my fear. Then my Zelda save is gone again.
I know. You've got this background that makes you just full of paranoia about the save data business.
I also feel like Nintendo's going to crack down on this somehow.
I think
they're gonna,
so too.
Like, say it has to be all the accounts on one Switch. Like it can't be
something really stupid.
Multiple Switches.
Yeah, I don't know. did you hear that you can share games now on this new update, which is also something bizarre? You can set one Switch to a primary, and then you can go over to, I don't know, a friend's Switch that maybe you left yours at home, and you're going to go over to this guy's house for a week because you got in a fight with your mom. I don't know what I'm talking about, okay? But you go over there, and it's like, hey, Jim, we're still in the first year. Can I please borrow
this Jim that you have such a problem with?
I don't know. But you can use Jim's Switch to download your game off your account, and then you can play your game on Jim's Switch. And the only thing that can't happen, though, is Jim can't play your game because it's not the primary device. It's the secondary device. So I don't know where I'm coming from with all this. Just Nintendo's doing some weird things, and maybe we're not giving them all the credit they deserve. Or, maybe Jim's an honest guy. I don't know. I can't tell.
I wonder if, like, eventually they're going to release, an updated iteration of the Switch that I'm going to buy. Yeah. So I'm going to have 2 Switches.
That's what's going to happen.
So I'm probably going to use one mostly, but if I ever want to use the other one, I could just, download the games on there, switch my profile on there, and just keep going.
I don't know. There's some neat things they're doing, and I have belief in Nintendo in the future because of certain things we've seen them do, obviously, especially as of recent. It definitely seems like they're willing to change. I broke my Switch, my first one. I used one of those third-party adapters, and my Switch got broken. I couldn't connect it to a big screen anymore. I could still charge it a little bit and also play it on the portable mode. And I didn't want to send it into Nintendo for the longest time because I was really, really scared that Nintendo was going to somehow start doing cloud saves. And if I would have waited, obviously I would need to have waited, it was 8 months at this point or something like that. But if I would have waited 8 months, I could have sent my Switch in. I could have got it replaced, and I could have backed up all my save data onto the cloud. So it sucks that I couldn't do that the day that my Switch broke. But I'm happy that it's an option today if something bizarre was to happen again, obviously.
Yeah, and that does happen,
It does. It really does. Too many things already do this. Now I'm glad they finally caught up with the times, obviously. I feel that, Matt. My Switch bricked from a dock as well. My mother-in-law felt terrible, but she's the one who broke my system. I'm just kidding. I think that's about it. I thank you guys for following us and coming along with us. I know we don't have some cool Mean Girls gifts that pop up every time somebody has subbed to us, but thank you guys so much. We've got a lot of you guys have subbed to us tonight, so that's really cool. I hope we can continually put out some fun shows for you guys, both on the podcast, and then I actually have an Elgato HD 60 that I'm going to start doing streams on this channel as well for video games. Either new stuff, old stuff, all the things in between. You'll see me frequent occasionally Johniibo's page on YouTube, as well as on Twitter, obviously. Everyone here is either from your YouTube channel, obviously, or there's a couple that are here to say hello to me and Holly as well, just not as many. Where can they find you on the internet, John?
They can find me multiple places. My Twitter handle is @JohnnyEbzo6, or you can look up Johniibo. And on YouTube, it's the Johniibo. So just Google that, or yeah.
Yeah, and Johniibo is spelled JOHNIIBO. Right? Yeah.
So I made the channel back when Amiibo were cool.
Yeah, I think it's a good
name.
And
now,
I think it's a good name. No joke. I really do.
I thought it was pretty clever. You got Johnny plus Amiibo. It just turns into Johniibo.
Yeah. Logic, right?
It took me 5 minutes to come up with that name.
I think it's a pretty good
long
name.
Time for that.
I personally do. I feel pretty good about my name right now, where I did the Super Matt Ultimate. I felt pretty clever when I did that personally. I thought that was fun. Holly, where can people find you on the internet? Even though you like to not be found sometimes, but where can people find you if they do want to find you?
Well, my preference is Twitter. My Twitter handle is @LilRedKoopa, LIL Red Koopa.
Yeah, she's a rapper in her pastime. That's why Little. That's why. Rapper. She's about to get on the beef with Eminem and MGK, but she doesn't want to slaughter them, so that's why she stayed quiet so far. Just kidding. You can find me at only Matt Dezen on Twitter. You can find us here on YouTube, as you have, obviously, at Nintendo Fever, all one word on YouTube. Lots of fun stuff. If you guys would like to, Steve's here. I didn't notice that Steve had shown up, but it looks like he's been here for a little while, even. So I apologize for that. What's up, Steve? Thank you so much for joining us for a little while. I appreciate that a ton. Jay-Z says, I blame Nyko. I blame Nyko. I got Nyko to shell out some money to me because of everything that happened. I dealt with them for a long time, and it was, woo! I got some issues with Nyko, but I love their controller. Their power controller is really good, guys. Don't just buy that.
I never buy third-party stuff.
Don't. It turns out it's a bad idea. It turns out it's a bad idea, guys. It turns out. It turns out it was a bad idea. I don't know.
I get the Hori screen protectors, and that's about it. Like they do an okay job with screen protectors. They're not tempered glass or anything.
It has to be licensed.
That's not gonna brick your Switch though. So.
Yeah.
You just apply it, and it's like, I can't turn on no more. It's like, what happened? You use third party. Use licensed stuff. That's the important thing, is use something that is licensed. Nyko doesn't get a license for a reason.
Hori's pretty good. They usually get the licensed stuff from Nintendo.
So is there, I mean, I think that's about it for closing statements and stuff like that. Is there any, I don't think I missed anything. Holly, do you think I missed anything? John, do you think I missed anything? I have no idea what's going on.
Well, I just wanted to...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to say, like, you know, we're kind of starting the podcast afresh, and we're gonna try to like add new and fun things. We're probably gonna bring back the NF Game Club for a monthly game club type thing. We're gonna try to do a game night, maybe game like nights. Before the show.
Yes.
As many weekends as we can, and we'll see what other ideas that we come up with. So stick with us, and it should be fun. We're gonna be doing some fun things.
Yes, that's the plan at least. What were you gonna say, Johnny?
Yeah, what did we not talk about?
We didn't talk about the logo that they showed at the end.
The logo that they showed at the end for
that
what?
Everybody lost their mind over. That we all knew it was coming.
Well, I was trying to pull a Nintendo right now.
One last thing.
There's nothing to talk about though. We just saw a logo, which is cool. Obviously, I think we're all pretty excited for Animal Crossing. Did you guys play Animal Crossing on your cell phones at all? Did you get into it at all?
Not much.
I played it the first day, and then that was it.
I played it for...
Yeah, pretty much me too.
I played it for close to a month, I would say, pretty continuously. I really enjoyed it. I love Animal Crossing. I love sim games. I love slice of the life type games and stuff like that. So it was super fun. And I want a legitimate Animal Crossing game that I can... I love Stardew Valley, okay? And if I could just get Animal Crossing, then I'll play that. But I love Stardew Valley. So, like, I love these types of games, and... Man, I hope they go back to some roots. I hope we get maybe not NES games, but something in it. Like, I know they can't do the retro games that we want them to do because they're trying to sell us our childhood instead of give it to us for free, which is understandable and evil at the same time. But like, why not create like their own little like mini games inside of it that you can play? I don't know. I'm just gonna go on a rant for a little while if I start talking about this. But I think you guys know what I mean. John, did you have something that you want to say about Animal Crossing? Anybody in the chat that's still around at the moment, is there anything that you want to talk about about Animal Crossing? Let us know. I have nothing else to say about it.
If you want the NES games, what I think they should do is they should implement the ones that they have on the NES Nintendo Online service, and you put those into your town and just play them through there.
See, but
that
makes sense.
Follow tradition.
Yes, but I think that'd be great. I just don't see them actually doing it because logic does not always match Nintendo sometimes, or so it seems. I don't know. Anime Otaku Kun just showed up. Thank you for showing up. We're just about done with the show, but you can start it over and see Johnny all you want in repeat. In replay.
I want to thank you guys for having me. It was a blast.
Yeah, thank you.
A good time. And I remember I was telling Matt a couple of weeks ago that I remember when you did the Mario Maker competition
for the gold.
And I submitted a level on that. That was just a fun time. So I hope you guys do more stuff like that.
I want to.
I think we still have those coats to
play those levels.
Yes, we do.
That's what I'll do for one of my nights of playing games on this channel. Only play Johniibo's stage over and over and over again.
Johniibo hunting. Find
Yeah,
the
that
rare.
is that one.
Yes.
That was your stage. Awesome.
I'm
Yeah,
proud
that
of
was
that
one of
one.
that was one of our like crowning glories back when we used to do the show. Was that Game of the Month Club? That was awesome.
For
Thanks.
anybody that's listening right now, if you go to nintendofever.com, you can find all of our old episodes. Just to give you, I think they're a year to 2 years old now, a year and a half. The very beginning, first episode is probably right around 3 years old at this point. We probably started in 2015, I would say. Maybe 2016 at the very end or something like that. But you can find a bunch of our old episodes that we used to do. We used to be a weekly podcast. We'll go through the history of Nintendo Fever. We're actually on episode 99, technically, is what this episode is. And so next week is going to be episode 100. So we'll have to do something slightly special for episode 100.
Yeah.
But until next time, I think we're just about done. We appreciate you guys sticking around, being a part of the show. John, I can't thank you enough, both as a friend and as somebody who's been a supporter of the show for a very long time, for coming on the show and being a part of it. Really does mean a lot. I appreciate it a ton. So thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Holly, thank you for coming back and doing this crazy thing that I don't know why we decided to do again, but we're doing it again. So let's do it. And
Yeah.
it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Hold on to your butts, everybody.
Exactly.
We're doing this weekly again.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Make sure you stay having fun playing video games. And don't worry, if you die, you'll get one more life. Bye.
See ya.